There's absolutely nothing wrong with a group of girls, boys, or whatever coming together. And just to say the last thing, in slavery, we weren't allowed to hang out together. There was no such thing as a gang of black people coming together.
They'd be broken up.
Yeah, that's right. They'd whip our behind. What are you all plotting, planning? And that's what they're doing. They're trying to break us up from being a community by giving gangs a bad name.
Gangs coming together, plotting, terrorizing. You know, brothers and sisters, we've had a few incidents in London where sisters in so-called gangs have stabbed and killed and robbed.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure it's not a new phenomenon, but it just seems to be more and more heightened in the media for whatever reason. Anyway, the Honourable Elijah Muhammad taught us that a nation can rise no higher than its woman. Yeah, and we say it all the time, and sisters smile, and they buff out them chests, and they straighten up their back. They say, that's right.
Yeah.
Nation can rise no higher than its woman. But what is it that determines the height at which the mind of the female operates? What or who? Yeah. What are the factors surrounding the height to which our nation can rise? Yeah. Who is in charge of the level of security over the female, over our females? Who should be in charge? Should it be the media? Should it be the state? Or should it be somebody else? Should it be the black man, dare I say? Yeah. We're hearing more and more, as I just said, of incidents and girls and gangs and girls doing killings. Is this trend really on the rise? Is it spun a certain way for a devious reason by the media? Can we blame girls for being attracted to power, real power or perceived power? Sexy images used to proliferate thug culture, gang culture, dysfunctional culture. These are some questions that we have written down that we need to really get to the bottom of, you know. I know we've reached the end, but I just thought it'd be very necessary to get those questions out there, sister.
Okay.
So what do you say?
Good. I was going to say, you know, our standard is not one another, it's God. And it's about us learning about the standard of God. And that's where we have to, one of the things that came from the discussion yesterday and last night from the Black Question Time is that as women, we need to make choices. And we need to make a choice as to whether we're going to sacrifice materialism for morals or morals for materialism. In order for us to sacrifice the materialism for our morals, that means that we've got to work less on a plantation and put more into our children. We've got to work more with our children, be with them, spend time with them, organise ourselves and teach them aspects of ourselves and the principles that we've been given that stand for truth. Now, within our constitution, within the Nation of Islam, we're taught that we can rise as high as our God-given talents. My talents come from God. I may use them to help man, but my talents come from God, which means I have to have a direct connection to God. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes,
so the connection that I get from the connection that I have with God helps me to rise as high as He allows me to, as long as I'm obedient to Him and as long as I do what He asks me to do. Whether it's changing the way that I dress, whether it's the way that I speak, whether it's the way that I communicate with people in the community, whether it's the way that I read the scriptures once in a while, whether it's the way that I listen to my elders. All of these things are me learning how to be obedient to God.
And you rise into the level that He determines.
That's right, and nobody else.
Praises
and you know, it's not always about just reading the Bible or reading the Quran, because sometimes we don't have an understanding. But it's about us sharing the understanding that works, that we've been given with others. Spending time with other sisters, because if you don't spend enough time with your mother, connect yourself with your auntie, connect yourself with your grandmother or another sister who you know is around and available and who is striving to do upright and to be upright.
Praise is due to Allah. And you know, I forgot to mention in the beginning that this episode I've entitled GOG and Magog. And the reason I've called it GOG and Magog is, you know, when you read the scripture, when you read the Holy Quran, there is a definite attempt to find the identity of GOG and Magog. Some say GOG and Magog represents nations. Some say GOG and Magog represents people. But in this setting, what I'm talking about here, GOG and MAGOG is an acronym. And it stands for girl on girl and male assisted girl on girl.
Wow.
What you just said there about the level of the female must be determined by God. In this realm where we're living, it is male assisted, girl on girl, female against female, house divided against itself. It will work by itself, it will work against itself by itself, but it's been male assisted.
Yeah, and you know, that is so true. And to go back to something else that you said just before that, is that a nation can rise no higher than its woman, because the woman is the mother of civilization. We're not the mother of savagery.
Come on,
we're not the mother of ignorance. We're not the mother of hell and destruction and pain. We're not that. We're the mother of civilization, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, refinement,
and the pursuit of happiness.
So it's about us always striving to do better. If I'm a girl in a gang, it's all right. Just change it a little bit, rather than going attacking someone for the way that they're dressing or attacking them because we don't like them. Change it around a little bit. Work on myself. Help to better my sister. Help to encourage them to do better. You know, help one another to move on from where we are.
All praises due to Allah. I think we'll leave it at that. That's a very powerful note to end on, sister.
Allahu Akbar.
And I thank you this morning, as I thank you every morning. By Allah's grace and mercy, where would the man be? The male be without the balance of the female? We see it happening on the streets every day, so we don't even need to ask.
Yeah.
May Allah bless us, brothers and sisters, with the light of understanding as we leave you in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Cut! Wow. All praises due to Allah.
That sounded really intense, but it went just a different way, which was really good. I liked that. It went, you know what, when you have the title